A story that I think affects a lot of people, and we've really been following it closely here at Fox 5, deals with the Atlanta Medical Center and what is next for the site there. So we've got Tyler Fingert here at the desk with me. Tyler, it has been incredible to see the transformation at that site. I do know a lot of people were very nervous at the thought of this center going away. So what's next and where do we stand with the development?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, can you even believe it's been over 3 years now since it shut down? It was it was in operation for over 100 years. It was a very vital part of our community for medical needs for underserved communities. And there was a lot of concern with it shutting down back in 2022 because just of how important it was, and also just the level 1 trauma center that left for a period of time, just one level 1 trauma center in the metro Atlanta area. And obviously that was a concern, which is why people were upset that it was shutting down. You're looking at video on the right side of your screen right now. That is what it looks like today. They started the demolition back in June, and they are almost done to the point where they have 2 buildings left that kind of need to come down, but that's going to be done within about less than 30 days is what we're told. And so today I was able to get an update talking with officials just about what is to come for this site that is going to be vacant. 2026 is going to be the year that they are really working to get this done. The team behind it tells me they want to turn this into a mixed-use development that will replace Atlanta Medical Center to serve Atlanta Medical Center with housing, retail, and public space, along with a health and wellness component. City officials have said that was critical after losing Atlanta Medical Center's level 1 trauma center, which for decades served low-income and underserved communities. It says the plans include a grocery store, which is some good news, and a pharmacy with a goal of creating a live, work, play environment. They say they don't want a food desert in this area. The Integral Group, which is behind the project, says 2026 will be a year of planning with Wellstar and others for what's to come at the AMC site, with some of the first phases of construction likely to begin in 2027. The group says they'll be working with the community throughout the process. The developers say they know the stakes are high because they are replacing a place that meant so much to the city, and they say the location matters, sitting in a neighborhood deeply tied to the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Take a listen to what one of the people behind the project told me.
The goal is to bring back uses that are modern, that are rational, practical, and community-driven. What we're bringing back has to be as great, carry on that legacy, but also respect that history and heritage of what the old Fourth Ward has been to Atlanta and what Atlanta has meant to the world as being a shiny city that, hey, a place we want to be.
Yeah, and the Integral Group says they are very excited for what is to come and what they're going to be able to do with this 22-acre site. I mean, what it was back in June, the structures were all there. They have made quick progress. In the video, you can see there's just a few little buildings left. Those, off to the right and to the left, those are going to come down fairly quickly. They said within 30 days at most. And then further back, you can see 2 office buildings. They're waiting for those to be vacant, but they say pretty much in the next 6 months, those are also going to be raised and knocked down. So not a whole lot of left until they're going to be able to start like the infrastructure work that they need to be able to get the roads in place for for the site so that they can start building what they hope to have for this place. And I should mention, Atlanta is known as the city in the forest. They said that they were able to save a number of trees to be able to make sure that they can put it on the site, which obviously is important to a lot of people who care about that designation. That Atlanta is known for having such a great tree canopy. They said it was really important for them to be able to keep trees that were on the site for years and decades to be able to incorporate them in what the future plans are.
Well, Tyler, I'm really excited for when this does come together, and I think that area has so much potential in terms of where we're imagining it to go. At the same time, it's interesting to see this center that so many people truly relied on and where they've been able to make, I guess, adjustments, and to find other places for healthcare. That's something I know that the mayor's office and just the city talked about when this happened, is that they did want to prioritize and make sure that people had adequate resources.
Because healthcare is important. We know that.
Yeah, but this will involve a lot of different apartments and places for people to live, as well as when you talk development, and I guess mixed use, probably like some retail, restaurants, that sort of thing in the area.
Yeah, and even he said grocery store. They want fresh food. They don't want like this area to become a food desert. Not that there was a grocery store to be there to begin with, but they want to be able to bring something in. I mean, just in that area, I know that there are multiple grocery stores. There's one on the Beltline, which is maybe a mile away. There's one just up Piedmont in Midtown. There's obviously ones when you go further south as well. This is a area right next to the interstates, right next to the downtown connector. So they say this is a perfect site to be able to do this. And for the grocery store and the pharmacy angle, they say they already have several options. I guess a lot of retailers are looking to be at this site, and they really want to emphasize that because city officials really have focused on the fact that they want to have a healthcare component there, they're calling it wellness. So I'm not sure exactly what that's going to be. I mean, you could think wellness, obviously, maybe doctor's offices, a clinic of some sort, or different types of places where people can, get some health care if they need it. They haven't said exactly what it's going to be, but they did say it's going to be part of this complex because they obviously know that community does, like every community, needs access to adequate health care, and obviously losing a hospital like that where you could just walk in there in a case of emergency, you lost that aspect, but they want to be able to put something back in that people can benefit from.